right away. Okay, my dear Ari, welcome once more. Today, we are going to check the class Intermediate 2, week 1.2. Well, basically, what are we going to do, Ari, today? Today, we are going to check the past modals and phrasal verbs and modals to express degrees of certainty, obligation, and advice and opinion, okay? Great, good.
Yes, okay.
Okay, that's great. So, first of all, we are going to do a short warm-up to know if you remember this from B1, okay? So, I want your whole attention here, all right? Here we go. Try to select the best option. Read the statement and select the best option, okay? Go ahead. Okay, everyone in the class
Must have worked. Everyone
must
in the
have
class
worked.
must have worked incredible hard during the year if all the pace. Yes.
That's great. Now let's go with number 2, okay? Let's go with number 2, Ari. I think she
I think she must have been a really happy person because she's always smiling and laughing.
Oh, no. In this case, no. Don't worry, Ari. Hello, Lina. Welcome. Lina, we are trying to select the best choice, okay? All right, Lina? Okay, Lina, this is for you. Lina, Jamie woke up in the night. Well, here is at night, screaming. He a bad dream. So, Lina, what do you think is the right answer?
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mm, Jamie woke up in the night screaming. Mm, mm,
Hmm.
must have had a bad dream.
Okay, let's go ahead. Yes, perfect. Okay, Ari, now let's go with you, Ari, okay? Ari, I don't know why Patsy hasn't arrived yet. She on the way to do some shopping. Come on,
Mm,
dear, come
I
on.
don't know why, but she hasn't arrived yet. She may have stopped on the way to do some shopping.
That's perfect, Ari, no problem. Let's go with Lina. Lina, I don't know how old the teacher is, but he looks young. So he,
Um,
hmm,
mm, he can't be more than 30.
that's great, excellent, dear. That's good. Ari, let's go with the next one. They say it during the weekend, in which case we won't be able to play football. Football, no, football. Come on, come on.
They said may rain during the weekend, in which case we won't be able to play football.
That's perfect, Lina. Ari, this one. I can find my case. I suppose, Ari.
I
It's me?
can't find.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes, yes. Come on.
who, teacher, me or she?
You, darling, you.
Okay. I can't find my I cannot find my case. I suppose I may have left them on the train, but I don't know.
That's good. Excellent. Okay, Ariana. Ari, you tired. You have only been digging for a few minutes. Dig on.
You can be tired. You have only been digging for a few minutes. Dig on. I don't know what is dig on.
Dig on and dig es cavar, excavar.
Ah.
Okay. All right. This one. That's great. Excellent, Ari. Lina, let's go with the next one.
If you don't hurry up, we may have left by the time you arrive here.
No, guys, you are experts on this. Ari, how about this one? The last one. You are ghost last time. They don't exist.
You cannot have seen a ghost last night. They don't exist.
Okay, that's great. That's good. All right, ladies. Difficult? This one, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good job. All right, that's great. Difficult, ladies? Or kind
No,
of?
I love teacher. Or no.
Okay. Well, this is something that we have checked previously in the previous level, but today we are going to check it from other perspective. Okay? Well, I have a question for you, ladies. I want to know if you know about about Banksy. Do you know who Banksy is? Any idea? Who's Banksy? Come on, come on.
Dancing, bailando.
No idea. I'm not showing you, no te los estoy mostrando. Okay, give me a second here. Who is Banksy? Do you know? Any idea? Maybe Ari knows?
No, teacher, I don't.
No idea? Ari, how about you? Do you know who Banksy is?
I don't know what is the word, but I understand something about the picture.
Okay, what do you understand from the picture?
Maybe it's like a manifestation.
Ooh, kind of, yes, kind of. Kind of. Okay, I'm going to show you who Banksy is in a really short video, okay? All right? Okay, so I want you to pay attention because we are going to talk about Banksy. Do you like art? Do you like art or you don't? I need to know. No idea?
Hey, it's Matt.
No, you don't
What,
like
the
art.
word?
Hey,
Banksy?
do you like arts? Okay, I'm going to show you a short video
Stop taking media.
about Banksy, okay? A lot of attention because based on that video is that we are going to talk.
Notes and
Okay?
let ClickUp
Well,
AI
first of
Note
all,
Taker
very
do it
self-
for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings,
Here we
not
go.
your notes. It captures everything
on
from
comment.
action items to key decisions. And
Really
after
good.
every call.
Okay. Here we go.
He's probably the world's best-known artist, and yet nobody truly knows who he is. Banksy, the revolutionary graffiti artist, is world-renowned and has produced works of graffiti everywhere from his homeland of the UK to the United States and even Palestine. For his fame and infamy, though, nobody has yet been able to decisively pin down who exactly is the enigmatic artist. Or have they? Banksy is known to have a juvenile record and began his graffiti career in 1990. Despite Britain's tough stance on graffiti, the young artist pulled off several risky graffiti stunts at a young age, gaining him street cred and an invitation to the Bristol underground scene. It was there that he met photographer Steve Lazaritz, who would go on to not just document his work, but sell it as he became his art agent. Graffiti is a painstaking affair though, and nothing was worse than getting caught in the act or chased off by the bobbies before your work was done. Thus, one day while hiding under a garbage truck from the local busies, Banksy saw the stenciled numbering on the truck and realized he could pull off complicated artwork relatively quickly if he too turned to stenciling. In a very real sense, Banksy owes his entire career to a garbage truck. Stenciling would prove revolutionary for Banksy and allowed him to spread his artwork prolifically across the UK. Yet Banksy was hardly bank-sing from his artwork, earning a few £100s here and there for random pieces he managed to sell. All of this would change though when Banksy's work took the leap from vandalism to true art, thanks to Christina Aguilera. She would buy one of Banksy's original prints at auction for £25,000, which in non-Harry Potter money is around $34,000. And just like that, buying graffiti art was the thing to do. Banksy's art began going for tens of thousands of pounds a piece, which is rather ironic for someone whose primary themes include anti-capitalism and the vapidity of modern culture. Banksy's popularity would truly explode with the release of the documentary Exit Through the Gift Shop. The film was directed by Banksy himself and featured the story of a French immigrant, Terry Guetta, who accidentally stumbled into the underground art scene in LA and fell in love with it. It's a tragic tale of materialism over art as Guetta goes from awakening artist to full-blown sellout. The film premiered at the Sundance Festival in Park City, Utah in 2010 and was accompanied by 10 street art installations by Banksy himself in Park City in order to promote the film, which seems like a complete capitalist sellout thing to do, but nobody'd tell Banksy we said that. But okay, who exactly is Banksy, and has anyone come close to unlocking Banksy's Clark Kent alter ego? Well, it turns out science might have the answer. Using geographic profiling, which is a scientific way of saying that researchers stalked somebody's social media and real-life travel plans, it was believed in 2008 that Banksy was actually Robin Gunningham, who was himself an artist. Banksy would go on to deny this, but then again, Batman would probably deny he was Bruce Wayne too. In 2018, Gunningham put up a piece of early artwork he had made for sale, and many people saw striking similarities between it and early Banksy pieces. For the researchers who concluded Gunningham was the real deal, their geolocation data is enough evidence to prove who the real Banksy is. The problem is that Gunningham is not the only person whose geolocation data manages to implicate as a possible Banksy. A new theory posits that Banksy is actually one of the members of the rock band Massive Attack, or possibly all of them. Banksy rose to fame along the same timeline and the same place as Massive Attack. Growing up in Bristol, Banksy says he was inspired by the graffiti artist 3D, otherwise known as Robert Del Naya, who happened to be a founding member of Massive Attack. Both Banksy and Del Naya were active in the same city at the same time, and Del Naya even appeared in Banksy's Exit Through the Gift Shop. But this theory claims that Del Naya is only a part of the Banksy identity, as Banksy is not just one person but several individuals led by Del Naya. The theory does have some traction too, as careful analysis of appearances of Banksy artwork shows that it very closely follows tour schedules for Massive Attack. The evidence includes 6 murals discovered on May 1, 2010 in San Francisco, after Massive Attack performed there just 3 days earlier. A week after a Banksy mural was discovered in Toronto, Massive Attack was also performing there. Lastly, on that same tour, Massive Attack played in Boston's Chinatown a day after a new Banksy popped up on a local wall there. Previously, in 2006, Massive Attack performed in Los Angeles just a week before Banksy's well-publicized Barely Legal exhibition. It was 2008. 14 Banksys appeared in New Orleans to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, while at the same time, Del Naya was co-writing the soundtrack to a Hurricane Katrina-themed documentary entitled Trouble the Water. With all these coincidences, one of two things is certain. Either Banksy is a big fan of Massive Attack, or Banksy is Massive Attack, as the theory posits that it's a team of individuals behind the famous artist and not just one man. There's been plenty of sightings of individuals working on Banksy pop-ups, and some have even been captured on film, yet no solid identity has yet been confirmed in any of these cases. With so many rumors speculating about the real identity of the world's most enigmatic artist, it actually begins to make sense that Banksy is not just one lone individual, but rather a group of individuals all coordinating to create artistic murals in a short amount of time on city walls all over the US and the UK. In the end, the enigma is part of the Banksy charm though, and if his real identity was ever confirmed, investors feared that the price of a Banksy would plummet dramatically. If Banksy is truly as subversive and anti-capitalistic as he or they claim to be, then maybe that's his entire goal. Although at this point, with the millions made off of Banksy sales, we doubt the point would be well received. So next time you see someone spray painting something that looks suspiciously Banksy related, Snap a picture because you just might help unmask the world's most enigmatic artist. Also, London and Bristol have thousands of pounds worth of fines waiting to be handed out for graffitiing on public and private property. Now, for an extremely related video, check out how do dumb paintings sell for millions, or click.
Okay, so it's interesting, right? Because Banksy is a mystery. Well, I want to hear you
Yes.
say this. What did you understand about Banksy? Let's start with Ariana. Ariana, what did you understand about Banksy?
Okay, I am not sure at all, but it's a curious. He awake my curious because when the video start to speak about Massive Attack, I like that band from years ago, but this specific character is anonymous because he can painter, he can make a muralings, he can make a, I don't know, a scene, or also he make a liberalism,
Uh-huh.
yes, is a character anti-political, no,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, it's anti-political.
It's something like this, kind of.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, Lina, what do you have to say about him?
Teacher, that was super difficult for me.
Don't worry, what you understood.
Anything. Yes,
No.
I listened, they was talking about banks.
Uh-huh. And who's Banksy? What did you understand about Banksy?
No, a lot, teacher.
Well, basically, Banksy is a mystery. No one knows who is, right? Who he is, who she is. Some people think that it's not a person, that it's not an individual. Some people think that it may be a group of people who are in charge of doing the graffitis in terms of, or in order to protest, right? About capitalism. Well, actually, they take care too much about that many experts in arts try to sell, yes, Banksy pieces of art, right? And actually, there was once, I want to show you this. It was kind of like a tragedy. This is a famous Banksy piece of art. Look at this. Have you ever seen this picture? I think yes. It's a really famous picture.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yes,
one
it's
of the
famous.
most famous Banksy pieces of art. The thing about that is that he is or she is anti-capitalism, right? And there was an auction to sell this picture. Do you know what is an auction?
Not really.
No idea. For example, an auction is when, okay, who gives $1,000 millions for this picture? 1 million to
Subasta.
Excellent. That's great. That's great. And what happened? Banksy was aware, was conscious that this was going to happen. So what did he do? He installed like a secret mechanism to destroy his or her picture as soon as it was sold, right? So as soon as the person say, okay, I buy it, he destroy it because he or she is anti-capitalism. Look at this.
Art connoisseurs could only watch in horror as an expensive piece was shredded before their eyes. No sooner did the gavel come down to mark the sale of Banksy's Girl with Balloon for a record $1.4 million, did the picture start to slip out of its frame into shreds below. The anonymous artist claims to be behind the stunt. On Instagram, he posted a photo of his prank with the caption, "Going, going, gone." In a later post, he explained how he did it. And it seems this stunt was years in the making. He claims he built the shredder into the painting's frame in case it ever sold at auction.
400,000, yeah, 400,000, 600,000, she'll make 600,000. Last chance. And selling for 860,000.
Witnesses couldn't believe what they were seeing. We can only imagine what the buyer was thinking. The person's identity hasn't been revealed. Sotheby's claims it was shocked by the stunt. The auction house is also trying to figure out what this means for the value of the painting. Considering the artist, who is known for using his craft to pull pranks and make ideological points, some artists speculate the value of Girl with Balloon could actually soar.
So look at this, you see? So he's a big mystery, right? And he's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Can you see it? Okay, here we go with the questions. But in order to answer the questions about Banksy, we need to study the grammar, okay? To answer some of the questions about Banksy, okay? All right? Okay.
Okay,
Look at
yes,
this.
teacher, right.
Look, actually, this is from a previous lesson in which we used the modal verbs to express degrees of certainty. So how sure we are about something that happened in the past, right? Well, so first of all, we have this one, the must have and the participle. This one, we use it when we are almost sure about something that happened in the past, right? For example, I say, Ari didn't enter to class yesterday, but she told me that she was traveling. So she must have had a difficult day. So I was almost sure that she didn't join the class because she had a difficult day, right? Or we have the can have or couldn't have when we are 100% sure that something didn't happen, right? For example, you say, okay, well, look at this. The teacher arrived today in a beautiful Ferrari. No, he can't have had all that money before. He must have won the lottery, right? So you are almost 100% sure that something didn't happen or happened, okay? Now, when we are more or less sure, we are going to use might have, may have, or could have, and the participle, right? For example, I arrived with a beautiful Ferrari. You say, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure about it, but maybe the teacher might have won the lottery. De pronto se pudo haber ganado la lotería, right? But if you are definitely not sure about it, so you say, not definitely, you are going to use might not have or may not have, right? Like you say, no, he may not have won the lottery. No, yo no creo que él se haya ganado la lotería, okay? So you are skeptical. Now, here we have some other examples to make it clear. Look at this. For example, if you are 100% sure about something that happened in the past, no, he must have eaten too much. No, eso es que él debió haber comido mucho. Okay, so you are almost sure about something that happened in the past, right? So you are sure that it happened. Now with the 100% of negative, in the negative version, for example, no, you couldn't have seen her at the mall. No, tú no pudiste haberla visto en el mall, es imposible, estaba conmigo, right? So you are sure that something didn't happen. When you are more or less sure or more or less sure about it, you can say, for example, he might have missed the bus. No, es posible que él pudo haber perdido el bus, right? So it was possible that it happened, but you are not totally sure. Or it was possible that it didn't happen with it might not have, may not have. For example, she mightn't have gotten the message. No, yo creo que ya no, de pronto, pudo que no haya obtenido, que no le haya llegado el mensaje. So, it was possible that it didn't happen. Okay, Lina and Ariana, is this part clear or is not too clear enough? I need to know.
Clear.
Yes,
It's
how
clear,
about?
teacher.
Excellent. Okay, this is something that we already checked in a previous lesson. So now it's moment to use it in speaking, okay? Why? Because also we have other verbs. Verbs for obligation. For example, we have this one that is obligation, right? Oh, sorry. Obligation in the past, right? I had to, right? It's an obligation in the past. For example, I remember that when I was living with my parents when I was young, I had to make my bed before I went to school, right? I was obligated to do it. I was supposed to, right? So what was expected from me to do something, right? For example, yesterday, it was supposed to have class 1.2, but I gave the 1.1, right? So that's why today we are teaching and learning the 1.2, right? It was supposed to, it was expected. Se suponía que, right? Or the negative version wasn't supposed to, right? For example, he wasn't supposed to drive the car. Se suponía que él no iba a manejar, o no se suponía que él iba a manejar el carro. Okay? Now, necessity in the past. I needed to make an appointment. Yo necesitaba hacer una cita de esas. O for example, I needed to go to the doctor today. Or I needed to go to the bank today. Yo necesitaba ir al banco hoy. Okay, so when you thought that something was necessary. Yes, questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, is it
For
clear,
me,
guys?
it's new, teacher, but if I have question, I will ask to you.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Now, ladies, look at this. Oh. Sorry. Oh. Okay. Well, so remember, we have modals to express how sure we are about something that happened in the past. So we have to use the modal, the have, and the participle. And here we have just normal modals in past to express something that was an obligation, a supposition or an expectation, and a necessity. Okay? And now we have these ones. Past modals for advice or suggestions, right? So remember that past modals for advice and suggestions is what we checked in some lessons before that was about telling of. How do you say cantaletear? Dar cantaleta. We already checked it. Dar cantaleta. How do you say that?
I remember.
How? Any idea? No idea?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I remember this topic.
Okay.
Tú
Remember that?
debiste haber hecho esto, tú no debiste.
Ajá.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly. For example, telling off. Or telling off is like cantaletear. For example, she should have taken, look at this, should have, that is the positive version, right? He should, for example, she should have taken better notes in class. No, ella debió haber obtenido mejores notas en clase, right? Or for example, teacher, you should have started the class on time. No, profe, tú debiste haber empezado la clase a tiempo. Okay, so it's an advice that it wasn't followed. Están dando un consejo, están regañándolo por algo que usted no hizo correctamente. Right? Here, with the shouldn't have, you are being criticized for a poor decision that it was done. For example, she shouldn't have bought such an expensive jacket. No, es que ella no debió haber comprado esa chaqueta tan cara. Okay? Oh, past recommendation, should have. We shouldn't have ignored the warnings. No debimos haber ignorado las señales. Okay? And then we have the normal should be, that is a present or future suggestion. For example, he should be more careful. es que él debería ser más cuidadoso. Okay? But which ones are we going to use today? We are going to use basically these three. Should have, shouldn't have with a participle. For example, Ariana, how do you say tú debiste haber ido? How do you say that, Ari? Tú debiste haber ido.
You should have went.
You should have gone.
Gone. Okay.
Participle. Lina, how do you say, for example, tú no debiste haber comprado? ¿Cómo, Lina?
You shouldn't have both.
Aha, that's great. You shouldn't have vote. Okay, Ari, how do you say, for example, tú debiste haber escuchado?
You should have heard.
Excellent. You got it. Alina, how do you say, tú no debiste haber hablado?
You shouldn't have spoke.
Okay, spoken. Remember that we are
Spoke.
going to use the participles, okay? All right, but I think it's clear enough, right? Okay, do you have questions here, ladies?
No, teacher.
That's great. That's great, okay? Well, now let's go back to Banksy. Okay, we are go back to Banksy. And I have some questions about Banksy. My first question is this one, ladies. And this question is for both of you. What might have happened, so in the past, that Banksy took the decision to start painting in secret to protest? Why to get a secret identity? What might have happened? So try to use must have, should have, could have, may have. Okay, let's start with Ari. Ari, why he or she might have taken the decision to keep a secret identity? Come on. Come on, why?
He may have known the poverty population.
Okay, that's great. Excellent, Ali. Lina, sorry. How about you? White might have kept his secret identity.
Teacher, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, why he or she might have choose a secret identity. Why not to be public?
Maybe because he's an important person.
Mhm. Okay, that's great. I have another question. When he saw, or when she saw, that her pieces of arts were so valuable, right? Millions of dollars and euros that they worth now. So the value is soaring every single day. If you were them, what you should have done? Or what he should or she should have done? Let's go, Ari.
Can you repeat again the question, teacher, please?
Yes. The pieces of art are extremely, extremely, extremely expensive, right? If you were Banksy, si tú fueras Banksy, what you should have done?
You may have. mm,
Come on, you can do
I
it.
must have create a organization such as UNICEF for protection of kids.
Okay, that's great. Lina, I have another question for you. Why do you think that, or what do you think he shouldn't have done during his career? Something that he shouldn't have done during his career.
He has done.
He shouldn't have done. Something that he shouldn't have done.
I think he must he
He shouldn't
must
have.
not have he must not have used a secret
Okay. In this case, he shouldn't have.
okay,
He
he
shouldn't
shouldn't
have. No
have
debió haber.
used a secret sí me fue, no,
Secret identity, right?
yes, identity.
Okay, that's great. Okay, good job. Now, let's go back here. Pay attention here. We are going to practice a little bit. You are going to help me out to select one of the right ones. For example, Jan should have, I in this case shouldn't have ignored the problem because he only got worse. So the right answer is this one, right? Okay, let's go with Ari. Ari, I was supposed to or I didn't have to?
I was supposed to or I didn't. I was supposed to. Yo supuse que iría de vacaciones, pero no guardé suficiente dinero.
Okay, that's great. I was supposed to go on vacations, but I didn't save enough money. That's great. Okay, Lina. Number 3. Joko needed to or Joko wasn't supposed to? Come
on. Wasn't supposed to ignore her parents' advice.
Okay. That's great. Excellent. Okay. Ari, he fixed the leak himself, so he didn't need to call or he should have called the plumber. Come on.
He fixed the leak himself. No, but wait, because the slash is between, so he didn't need to call or should have called. Is 1 or 2, yes?
Yes.
But the first is okay.
So, what is the answer?
So he didn't need to call.
Okay. Excellent. Yes, because he did it by himself. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, Lina, how about the number 5? Come on.
Eh, when I got older, I had to solve my own problems.
Okay, when I got older, I had to learn. Okay, excellent. I had to, right? No, I wasn't supposed. No, I had to, right? Okay, that's great.
I had
Ari,
to.
number 6.
Mm.
Come on, come on. You can do it.
I need to book my flight so early, but I wanted a good seat.
Oh, no. In this case, is
Is a
I
needed.
have to. No tenía la necesidad de reservar mi vuelo tan temprano, pero quería un buen asiento. Okay? All right. Now, look at this. That's great, but we need to practice, right? Okay, we need to practice. Okay, now let's practice. So, difficult or more or less, ladies? I need to know.
less.
Less and more or less.
No.
More or less. Okay, we are going to do an activity about solving mysteries, okay? Look at the first mystery. I'm going to read the first mystery and you are going to try to explain the mystery, okay? Using the should have, must have, could have, okay? Well, this is the first mystery. Each night from midnight to 4 a.m., a mysterious humming sound. You know what is humming sound? Humming sound is like
Really?
this. Like this. That is a humming sound, right? A mysterious humming sound keeps the 300 residents of Woodland, England awake. There are no factories or large roads nearby, and so far, nobody can explain the sound. So what might have happened? Try to solve the mystery, ladies. Let's start with Ariana. Ari, try to solve that mystery. A humming sound, really early in the morning, no factories around, so what might have happened? Come on.
I think it is mid half no mid half arrive audience on the Woodland, England.
Okay, that's great. How about Julina? What do you think is the mystery? Come on. Come on, Lini, you can do it. You can do it. Try to solve the mystery. So it's a neighborhood. There are some kind of sounds, a humming sound, and there is no factories around. So what might have what is happening? What's the mystery?
I think in Woodland must have a lot of gosh around the neighborhood.
Okay. All right, I understand. Okay, now look at this. Remember, must have, should have, would have, etc., okay? Now, look at this mystery. Colored honey puzzle farmers. In a French region famous for its honey, bees have been producing it in shades of blue and green. Farmer says the honey is unsellable and they are investigating the cause. So white, green, and blue honey. Come on, Ari. Solve the mystery.
It should have injected some blue color in the how can I say colmena?
Colmena.
In English also?
Colmena. Oh, let me check. Give me a second. The panel.
Okay, panel. So it should have injected a blue color into the panel.
Okay, all right. Well, colmena in sí is hive. Se escribe así, hive. Let me show you. Like this. Hive, panel, panal, right? Hive, colmena, panel, all right? Okay, Ari, great job. Okay, Lina, what's the mystery? Ari says that maybe they have been injected some color in their bodies, right? Okay, Lina, what do you think is the explanation about those mysteries?
I think the bees must have may have feed something strange.
Hey, that's great. Okay, here we go with the last mystery. Look at this. River runs red. Shocked residents watch in disbelief last week as the river running through their city turned a deep red color. Some people rushed to save a bottle of the colored water while they had the chance. So all the water paints in red. What do you think might have happened there, Ari?
I think it could have red, no. I think could have sand and red into the river. No, sand, pero no. Dudo de mí misma con esa palabra de arena.
¿Arena?
Arena, pero dije
Sand.
sand.
Sand. Ajá.
¿Sí?
Ajá, yes, arena, sand.
Sí. So, I think could have sand red into the river.
You are not using the sentence. For example, you can say, okay, maybe red sand should have been poured to the river. No, de pronto hubo arena roja que se metió al río, right? Okay, maybe. Lina, go ahead.
Teacher, I think the river could have a spill of any substance from a factory.
Okay, I like it. All right. Good job, ladies. Good job. Darlings, we have to practice a lot, okay? We have to speak more with this kind of sentences, all right? We have to speak more. because in this level, we are going to speak, and speak. Okay? They should have, might have, could have. So practice. Well, Ari and Lina, do you have any question?
No, teacher. I think I will ask you about some recommendation. You give me some advice about what I need. Listen podcasts, yes? TED
Yes.
Talks. On another recommendation?
Well, there is another one that I used a lot, right? I use another one, but but maybe you look crazy sometimes. And it's talking alone, talking to yourself, trying to start making your own sentences, but better, and much better and better, right? For example, I start with, well, I like empanadas because they are delicious. And then you say, no, I can make it better. Well, I enjoy empanadas because they are delicious. But I can make it better. Okay. Empanadas are delightful due to the fact they are fantastic. Okay, you start doing like the same sentence and you try to convert the same sentence a little bit more and more and more. Okay, that's something that you can do by your own and it's easy to do. All right. Okay, so try to start talking to yourselves and try to build better sentences for your own. Okay, that's something you can do. All right.
No,
Okay,
I
ladies.
crazy idea because there's something sometimes when I walk by the road, I think I thought by English and I walk.
Okay, no, but that's great. That's amazing. Okay, and that's the way you can start having better English. Okay, Aria and Lina, thank you so much for coming. You did a great job. Thank you so much and have a beautiful night. Great job, dears. Great job. Okay, hope to see you soon in next week. Okay, have a
Thank you,
beautiful
teacher.
night. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.